For those who plan to travel off the beaten path and into the backcountry, and even for those who don't, I highly recommend a Wilderness First Aid course from Wilderness Medical Associates. If you were a traveling companion of mine, I would insist on it. The link to the website is in the description of this video. Although the information in this video may sound like a commercial, it's not. I am not in any way affiliated with Wilderness Medical Associates. I'm just a former student who thinks that everyone should take one of these or an equivalent first aid course. And before you switch off the video thinking, I already took a first aid course, I don't need this, watch the video first. The first aid courses offered by this company go far, far beyond your typical first aid course. First aid in the wilderness differs from first aid in civilization. In the wilderness, you cannot count on an ambulance and a quick trip to the hospital. That's not putting down traditional first aid courses, though. Those courses are simply designed for different situations. A lot of traditional emergency first aid content revolves around keeping the subject alive long enough for professionals to get there. The same thing is true for wilderness first aid, but the difference is time. In the wilderness, you have to assume that no one will be coming to help you and that you'll have to improvise to stay alive or to keep someone else alive. The courses offered at wildmed.com take all of this into account. And you don't have to be planning a trip into the backcountry for this information to be useful. These courses can help with any scenario you can think of where medical help might be hours or days away, or where help might not come at all. This can happen even if you live in a big city. Snowstorms, for example, significantly reduce response times in big cities every year. Hurricanes are another example where individuals can become stranded and on their own. Anything that overwhelms the system can become a personal threat to both you and your family. The end result is the same. If you cannot count on outside medical care, you'll have to make do on your own. The courses offered by Wilderness Medical Associates can help you increase the chances of survival for both you and your loved ones. Wilderness Medical Associates has been training people in practical wilderness and remote medicine for over 40 years. Over 10,000 students per year take their courses, which are offered worldwide. These are professional level courses given by professionals and taken by both professionals as well as the general public. If you ever go out on a reputable guided tour in the wilderness, a guided hunt, a guided river raft adventure, or something similar, those guides should have gone through one of these courses or the equivalent course from some other company. Wilderness Medical Associates' entry-level course is called Wilderness First Aid. That course is a 2-day, 16-hour course, and there is a lot of information packed into those 16 hours. If you have the money and the time, however, I suggest taking their Wilderness Advanced First Aid course. That is a 4-day course. It covers more material, but more importantly, in my opinion, it lets them spend more time on the subjects they do cover. And if you are really interested in the subject of first aid in the wilderness, they offer much more advanced courses such as Wilderness First Responder, Wilderness Advanced Life Support, and Wilderness EMS Certification. Most of their more advanced courses are designed for medical professionals, but if you have the background, you should look into them. Whichever course you choose, I suggest getting and reading the course material ahead of the course itself. They pack a lot of information into their courses, and you will be better served by familiarizing yourself with the topics beforehand. If they don't provide a class near you, I suggest getting and reading their Wilderness and Rescue Medicine textbook, as well as their Field Guide of Wilderness and Rescue Medicine. Even if you have first aid training, I still highly recommend these courses. Even if you don't plan on ever stepping foot in the wilderness, most people will still benefit from them. As I mentioned, they go into a lot more than the typical first aid course, and you'll come out the other end better for having attended. Take a look at the course curricula for examples of what they cover. The courses are designed from the point of view that you will be alone in harsh circumstances, with no help in sight, and that you, and you alone, will be responsible for keeping your party alive. But don't attend with the idea that you'll go to class and then maybe attend a movie and have dinner. Throw yourself into the course and give yourself time to absorb everything they'll teach you. Depending on the course, you may even have homework. Think of that as a good thing. You want that. But even if your instructor doesn't give you homework, you should still spend the full 2 days of the basic course or 4 days of the advanced course concentrating on the coursework. Unless the medical field is your profession, you will not be able to absorb all of the material during the class hours. Hopefully you'll never need the courses you take, but I think you'll be happy you took them. Thank you for watching.